Back on the Cox IQ for the 2-year review. So it's now November 2021. It's been 2 years since we bought this Cox IQ. It's looking a little bit worse for weather. It's had a run in with some birds by the look of it. I've just watched my video from the previous year and decided maybe I should clean it with the compressed air like I was saying. Now, something that has happened since last time is these buttons. The front one anyway, oh, and this one, not in here very well, and that one seems to have come completely off. So I might take that apart and see if I can fix that as well. This past year was a La Nina year, which means in Tasmania we get a lot of unusual rain over the summer, and so I've used the lawnmower much more over this last summer than I would have the previous summer. So it's had a fair bit of use. Okay, so I'm going to have a go at those buttons there, but first I'll disconnect the battery. So into the cover back here. There's a bit of dust in here again, so definitely worth cleaning this out. I'll undo all of these just to make sure. Easy once you know how. Okay, so looks like a screwdriver should take this cover off. Aha, I can see exactly what's going on. I'll get the camera a bit closer. So in behind here, each button has a nut and a thread, and it's come undone. Which is understandable because that's going to be difficult to do up in under there. So 2 of them are loose. I'll see what I can find to help me do those up with. Ah, that might help. If I had a big socket I could go straight on there, but I don't. I'll see what I can find. So I don't have any sockets or spanners that big. This shifter is big enough, but it doesn't really fit in there very well. And so I'm thinking that this needle nose pliers might be the best that I'll get. Holding onto the body of it is proving difficult. Okay, I think that'll do. Now, perhaps it might be a good idea to put some thread locker in there. So I'll take that off. Thread locker only works when there's no oxygen in there. So I'll need to undo it a bit again. Spin that back. Put a little bit of drop in there. So I'm using the blue thread locker, which is a not terribly hard one. So hopefully it doesn't set hard, it sets sort of gooey. So hopefully it's not too bad if we ever do need to get it undone. Now, I've just thought, actually, the way this is up, I've just been moving that around. So which way do I actually want it? I think that's probably the correct way, isn't it? Just do it like that. It still feels tight. Put that back on there. I'm assuming it doesn't matter which way around. They seem to be symmetrical. Okay, middle one on. They're all lined up with the writing upright. And that's right to go. So that's otherwise clean in there, so I'll just put it back together. Won't bother cleaning that. So this year I've used the mower a fair bit more than the previous year. There's a fair bit of dust in here. This has got dust on top of it this time. So I'll get the air compressor out and there it is. Clean it all down again. Yeah, this one's a bit dirtier this year. Still nice and clean inside this battery compartment. That's pretty clean actually. Let's clean off these controllers with a rag. That's interesting, a pin's come out. Okay, so pins come out of this connector here. I'll just disconnect the others. Okay, so I can see how it pokes in there. Let me see if I can push it through. So It's going in but then coming out again when I pull on it. I'll poke it with a screwdriver. So push that in there, hopefully it's going to click in. Nope. I wonder if I put it upside down. Okay, it seems good now. Tap on the other ones and see that they're all okay. Yes, I think so. Right, where were we? Okay, so we can clean underneath this thing. Okay, so something I noticed while cleaning is that these blades are a bit blunt. The user manual says don't sharpen them for safety reasons and contact them for a new one. When I bought this mower, the blades were blunt when I first got it. So I've already sharpened these. I sharpened them when I first got it, which improved the mowing quite a bit. So let's sharpen them again. So you can push something through these holes, they just sort of run up the side of the motor. Now the manual said to undo it counterclockwise, so hopefully that works. Let's see how we go. So you have a nut and a washer and a blade. So the blade has these guide holes here. So I'll go and sharpen this with an angle grinder. I suppose I can set up the camera to show you that. So I've got to sharpen along this edge here. The other edge, the trailing edge, isn't sharp at all. It's just that edge there and the corresponding edge on the other side of the two separate blades. My understanding is that up the top, so it'll cut down the bottom there, the grass on the bottom, and up the top, that's the bit that helps with the mulching. Let me get my earmuffs. Okay, so what you're looking for when you're sharpening is you want to make sure that it's ground down evenly across it, so you don't just do the sharp edge, you do the whole bit. Try and get the same angle. I think that's better than it was. I'll do the other side. So putting these on should be the reverse of taking them off. Don't think I need to clean that up anymore under there, that looks all right. Oh, there you go. You can only put it on one way. It's good. Means I don't put it on the wrong way. These nuts look fine, by the way. I'd replace them if they wore out too much. I think we're ready to go. So I'm going to do my capacity test again. So what I did last time was I had my timer. Here we go. I'm going to set it going. And we shall start mowing. See how long I go for. So this lawnmower is advertised that it should run for about an hour and 30 minutes on a charge. The lithium batteries will slowly degrade over time. So a year ago I tested it and it went for an hour and 25. We'll see what it goes for this year. Anything within 20 minutes or so of that should be fine, I reckon. So you can see something's happened here. I've stopped and I'm trying to go forwards, putting my foot up and down on the accelerator, and it's not doing anything. This is the first time this has ever happened. It was interesting it happened on film, so you can see what's going on. So what I'm doing is I'm going forwards and backwards, and so then I tried turning the blades off and turning the blades back on again, and trying all these different combinations. I turned the whole mower off and then on again, because that's what you should always do with any electronic thing. And then I'm sitting there thinking for a while, thinking, I wonder if it's that wire that I did. It could have been an interlock to something like the handbrake. And so then I've looked at the handbrake was on a bit, I've turned it off, taken the handbrake off, and away I go. Problem solved. The first section of the lawn is done. We have taken 22 minutes, thereabouts, and we are on 8 bars. It was 7 a minute ago. This is took slightly longer than previous of last year. It's done a good job though. I won't bother filming the rest of them, but I'll do the same lawns in the same order as I did last year. Okay, lawn is now done. It's been an hour and 22, and we have 3 bars at the moment. It has finished though. I'll just return it to, take the handbrake off, return to where we're going. So there's my 2-year review of the Cox IQ lawnmower. It's doing pretty well. It still runs a reasonable amount of time. A couple of little maintenance things that needed to be done, but otherwise, great.